Welcome back to Learning Partners. So this is the second part of our JavaScript tutorial. So in the first part, we have seen how we create the script tag and what are the various ways by which we can create the variables. So what are variables, variable declaration rules and everything, right? And the data types also what we have in the JavaScript, right? So I will share the link in this video description so you can go through the part one also. Okay, so now the second part is operators in JavaScript. So what are operators? So as you can see, we have several different types of operators like arithmetic operator, assignment operator, comparison operator, and the logical operator. So operator means nothing but whatever the programming language, it can be .NET, Java, SharePoint, Python, it can be anything. Every language will have its operator. So just like JavaScript has its own. So in arithmetic operator, you can see plus, minus, the basic computation operators we have. Then assignment operator is nothing but a single comparison operator, less than equal to, greater than equal to, equal to, or not equal to. Then logical operator and or. Okay, so these are the various types of operators we have in JavaScript. So let's see the real practical example now. So I have created one more file that is operators. So let me just adjust the screen. Okay, let's just maximize this. And in the console, we are going to see all the output. So now let's just open a script text. So we have already seen in the last video, like how we can open a script text. So this is how we open a script tag. Then in the script tag, what we have to write? First, we will create some variables. First, we are going to see the arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators are nothing but addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So let's create one variable, that is var num1 is equal to 1, 2. Okay, so in num1 variable, we have value 1, 2. Next, let's create one more variable, that is num2 is equal to 44. So now we have two variables, that is num1 and the num2, both are having some values. Now let's create one more variable, that is addition. Now here in this variable, what we have to do, we just have to store the addition of num1 plus num2, right? So we have to use this num1 plus num2 like this. Right. So what we have did, we have just performed the addition of num1 and num2, and we have stored that using assignment operator into addition variable. So let's try to print it in a console. Console.log. Now I just have to add some string before it. So I can say addition is, then semicolon, and then we can print the variable name. So this is how, let's say if you have to display some message in the console and then you have to print the value. So you can do like this. Now let's try to save. So you can see addition is 56. So in the addition variable, we have got 56. That is just the summation of 12 and the 44. So this is plus operator, that is addition. Let's try to do subtraction. Let's subtract is equal to, now let's minus num2 minus num1. So we are just doing the vice versa. Let's say console.log subtraction is, comma, then this variable. Subtract. Let's save. So you can see 44 minus 12 is getting 32, which is printed over here, right? So this becomes our subtraction. Then multiplication. Let's say we have, and let's create one more variable, var number1 is equal to 3, comma var number2 is equal to 5. Let's try to do the multiplication of these variables. Mul is equal to number1 into, that is star symbol, and then number2. So this will gives us the multiplication. So console.log, either you can print it in a console, or let's, for this time multiplication, we will show in the alert pop-up. So we can use the alert pop-up. So alert is basically provided by the JavaScript itself. So whatever you will get the pop-up, whatever the value you send here, that will be displayed into the pop-up. So I'm just providing the variable mul over there. So you can see 5 3s are 15, that gets printed on in this pop-up, right? So this is alert. Next thing, divide. So where divide is equal to, let's try to divide 44, that is num2 divide number 1. So 44 divided by 3, whatever the output, we will try to print it in a console. Console.log division is, and this is divide. It will go over here. Let's save and check. So yeah, as we have seen in the previous video, like JavaScript will execute line by line. So you can see alert, it has shown first it has shown the to console, then alert. Once I click on OK, then you can see the division. So you can see 14 point something point value it has provided. So these are the basic arithmetic operators. Okay, so these are what arithmetic operator. Right. So just addition, subtraction, multiplication, and the division. These are the arithmetic operator. In addition to these, let's say we have num1. In num1, we have 12. Consider a scenario where you have to increment this value by 1. So how can you do that? First way is like you can assign the new value, like num1 is equal to num1 plus 1. Means you are just updating the value of num1. But how you are updating? Whatever the current value of num1, you are adding plus 1 to it. So let's try to print console.log, and I'm printing updated num1, and then we will print num1. Okay, before this also we will print it before or old value of num1. So you can see here, first we are printing the original value of num1. Then after that we are incrementing the value of num1 by 1 by simply adding 1 to it. Then we are printing again the num1. So you get to see the output. So see, the old value of num1 was 12, and after addition we have got 13. But this is just the normal way. But in JavaScript, we have one increment operator. So that gives like, instead of writing like this, let me just comment out. We can do num1 plus plus. So this will also gives us the same output. It will increment the value of num1 by 1. So see, original value of 12, after num1 plus plus, you get the num1 value as updated. Same like that, the opposite of it, like minus minus. So let's say I'm adding 3 times. So it will get 12, 13, 14, and 15. So let's save and check. So see, after updating, it is 15. Now let's try to decrease it by 1. So num1, then minus minus. So it will decrease the value by 1. Let's try to print it after minus minus num1. So you can see old value was 12. After that, we have added 3 times increment operator. So that value got 15. Then we have used 1 time decrement operator. So that will reduce the value of num1 by 1. So we have got 14. So this is everything what we have in the arithmetic operators. Let's conclude this. Let me just comment it out. I will share the code in the GitHub, so you can just go through that. Again, I'm opening the second script tag. Now, second is assignment operator. We have already seen, like this is just a equal to operator what we use. Then we have comparison operator. So let's say where num1 is equal to 12. Let's create one more variable, that is num2 is equal to 14. So you can see num1 is num1 is smaller than num2. But what if I have to check this, right? So I'm printing it console.log. Either let's store what is greater and not small inside a variable where. result is equal to. Okay, so we have num1 and num2. Now I have to write where result is equal to. Let's check num1 is less than num2. What I have written? I have just written I have just simply compared this, like num1 is less than num2 or not. Let's try to print result, like what do we get? I'm simply printing result into this. Let's save and check. So you can see we have got true because num1 is less than num2. So that's why in the result what we have got true. Let's try to change the value of num1 and now we will get the false. So false and the true is the Boolean data type, right? We have already discussed in the previous episode, right? So you can see this is how you compare the value, and after comparison you get true or the false. So this is less than. Like that, if we have 14 over here, okay, now both the values are same, but still if I save, you can get the false because num1 is not less than num2 because it is equal, it is not less than. But if I have to check like if it is less than or equal, two condition, either it is less or equal. So I have to just add, let's try one more. This is result, this is, let's make it result2, and after less than we just have to add the equal to operator. Let's try to print the console. This was only less than, this is less than equal to. Let's try to save and check. This is result2, we have to print it over here. So you can see here what we have got true in the less than or equal to, because it is not less than but it is equal to. So that's why we have got true. Even if it is 11, still we will get true both the time because this is true. Num1 is less than 2 and here also it is less than. But if we say 15, now both will get false because it is neither less than or not equal to. So both the condition will get false. So just like that, we have greater than, greater than, greater than, and greater than equal to, right? So let's try to compare the vice versa now, where result3 is equal to. Now let's try to compare num2 greater than num1. Let's try to print the value. This is greater than result3. Let's see. So see what we have got false because num2 is small. Num2 is not greater than num1, right? So we have got false over here. Just like that, you can add equal to also. That will compare either it is greater than or equal to. Okay. Next thing is comparison. So this is less than and greater than. Again, thing is like we have to compare. Now, let's say we have student 1. Ram, where student 2 is equal to Sham. Now we have two variables, student 1 and student 2. In both the variable, we have some string value, that is Ram and Sham. I need to check like if both the values are same or not. So let's create one more, is name same. So what we have to do, student 1 equal to double equal to will compare the value student 2. Let's try to print the value, console dot log, and we will print equal to, then is name same, whatever the value we get in here. So see, we have got false in double equal to because Ram and Sham are not equal. But if I say in name student 2 also I have the Ram, so you can see we have got true because now student 1 and student 2 is having the same value. So we will get true. Now opposite to this, not equal to. Let's undo it. Is name different. Now there might be a scenario where you have to check like if both the variables values are different or not. So for that, instead of this equal to, you just have to add not. Okay, now let's see. So you can see in the first variable that is equal to, we have got false. Now in the second variable that is name different, student1 not equal to student2. So we have got true because it is not equal. So that's what we have got true for the not equal to, right? Now one more difference. So this is comparison of string, or it can be comparison with the number also. You can compare anything, even boolean, date, anything you can compare, right? One more example. Let's say where I'm creating roll number is equal to, in double quotes I am storing 1 2 3. Now again I'm sending roll number 2, and here I'm storing 1 2 3. Now if you see in roll number we have 1 2 3, and in roll number 2 also we have 1 2 3. Now let's try to compare this. Where is compare 1 is equal to roll number equal to roll number 2. So what we have did, we are trying to compare roll number and roll number 2. Let's try to console what is the output we get. Is compare with double equal to. So with compare with double equal to, we have got true, because you can see in roll number we have got 1 2 3, and in roll number 2 also 1 2 3. Same value is there. Let's try to copy paste. Is compared to, now instead of double equal to I'm using triple equal to. Okay, now let's check what is the output we get. Is compared to, we will print it over here. So you can see when we compare both the values, both the variable with double equal to, we have got true, right? But when we try to compare both the variable with triple equal to, we have got false. Why is it so? Because in roll number 1 we have got string value. It is enclosed in the double quote, so it is nothing but string value. It can be anything. Even if we have integer value into the double quote, still it will be treated as a string value because it is enclosed in the double quotes. And roll number 2 is having directly 1 2 3 value, that becomes integer. So whenever we compare with triple equal to, it will compare value and its data type also. But when we compare with double equal to, it will compare only its value. It won't check its data type, right? So this is everything what we have in the Java logical operators. Okay, next thing, sorry, this was comparison operator. Next thing is logical operator. That is the last part. So let's create a script section. Now let's create name or student 1 is equal to Ram. Student 2 is equal to Sham. So we have two students, that is Ram and the Sham. Let's create another variable where city 1 is equal to, let's say, Pune, where city 2 is equal to Mumbai, or let's make it Pune only. Now what we have to do, we have to condition, up till now what we have did, we have just compared two values. Num1 we have compared with num2, either it is less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, but just two values we have compared. What if we have to compare four values, right? So I'm trying to say where is result. This is my variable I am creating. Now what I have to do, I have to compare if student1 equal to student2 and city1 equal to city2. So what we are doing here, we are writing the conditions like if student, we are comparing two things, student1 and student2 are same or not, and city1 and city2 are same or not. Let's try to print the value now. Console. dot log with, and we are trying to see and is result. So see what we have got here, false value. So what we have written over here, let me just maximize this. So we are trying to compare if student1 and student2 are equal or not, and city1 and city2 are equal or not. So if you see city1 and city2 are equal, let me just add a debugger. Okay, so in previous video we haven't seen that, but now I'm telling you like how we can debug this code. So what you have to simply do, you just have to write debugger like this and semicolon. Now if you save, you will get the debugger. See, the debugging is, means execution is stopped here. Now if I see this, if I selected this now, what we have got? True. But if I selected this is false because student1 is not equal to student2, right? So that's why we have got false. Now false, this is false, and this is true, right? So if I tried false and true, so what we get? False. So that's why we have got the output is result as false. So what and does, it needs all the values as true, then only it will return true. If any of the value got false, then it will return false only. So now if we say Ram over here, let's reload one more time. So now if you see, this is true because student1 and student2 having the same name. City1 and city2, it is also having the same name. So in is result we have got true. That will be printed over here, right? So because this condition also gets satisfied and this condition also got satisfied. So this is the use of and operator. Now there is no limit, any number of conditions you can write. Let's add where roll number is equal to 1 2 3, where roll number 2 is equal to also 1 2 3. Like this you can compare this also. After this just keep on adding and then roll number 1, roll number is equal to roll number 2. Always try to copy paste the variable. See now here I have written something else, and if I go on typing I might write something else. So always try to do the copy paste. So you can see here we have got true because this is also same. So all three conditions have written true, true and true and true. We will get true value. But if I change over here, let's save. So here you will get false because the last condition got false because roll number is not equal to roll number 2, right? Now vice versa of this. So whenever we are dealing with and, it needs all the condition to be true, then only it will return the true. But what if we need either of the condition? Let's say we have written 3 conditions, but let's say if any condition got true, we need the true value. So just the vice versa of this and is or. Okay, now instead of and we just have to use or, that is straight line. Okay, and this result to using or result to, let's print it out. Let's save and check now. So is result got false because only student1 and student2 are same, city1 and city2 are same, but roll number and roll number 2 are different. That's why we have got false here, and we have and over here, right? But now if you see over here, we have got true because this got true, this also got true, right? Just this got false. But out of these 3 condition, let me just select, out of there is 3 condition, 2 are true, right? So that's why we have got true. Now let's change Pune to Mumbai. So let's check now. So now this is true because student1 and student2 is having same name, but city1 and city2 is having different name. So it got false, and this is also false. But out of these 3 condition, we have got one as true, right? So it will give true over here, right? Because at least one condition got true. So then we will get true. But if I say Sham over here, So now all the condition will get false. So then we will get the false. See, because this is also not same, this is also not same, and number is also not same. So it depends on the scenario where we have consider a scenario where you need to compare, let's say 2 or 3 values, and all the values should be same or whatever the condition you need. Either it is less than, equal to, or same. If all are equal, then you will get, you need true, then you have to use and. If either of the condition gets true, you need the true, then you have to go with the or. Hope you have understood. So this is the operators we have in JavaScript. So arithmetic like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Assignment operator is nothing but equal to, right? Then comparison operator as less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, right? Then logical operator as and or, where we can compare multiple conditions. So that's it with this current video. Hope you have liked this.